already know, and not make this so complex. It's not as it might seem. Right, on an organ, keyboard, or whatever instrument you're in on. Yeah, sometimes you might have to do inversions. All right, might have to do a little bit of inversions depending on the key range on where you're at. But transposing is supposed to be easy to do. You just repeated the notes that you have played below, and then you just up, and you're repeating notes. So if you see this note here, it's half step up. This note half step up. You're going to the next key. This note half step over. This note half step up. This note half step up. This note half step up. This note half step over, basically. Right? So this was the C scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. We may use the number system as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to the 1, technically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, technically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And on and on and on. You're just repeating from 1 to 7 back to the 1, technically. But if we use the word continuation of the number system after 7 is number 8. The note still repeats. So you may have a 1, C1, and a C8. Literally a C, like the letter C. And the number 1 and right after. Then you have a C8. You have a D2. Now we up here, because of the continuation of the number system, we have a D9. The same notes, y'all. Okay. E is the number 3 because we have now 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, the scale is 7 notes. Generally, not generally, period. There is only 7 notes in the scale. 7 notes. If you know how to count from 1 to 7, and from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're in the musical game, technically. Okay? And the word technically, you are in the musical game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we talk about the continuation of the number system. So I'm gonna start it down here. As my 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's it doing? Technically back to the 1, technically, right? Technically, right? But let's just use the word 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then back to the 1. But if you started here, it doesn't matter. If you started here, then you saying, hey, listen, I'm starting my 1 here. Because majority of the time, most musicians are playing voicings in the middle of the keyboard from this C to that B. Uh-oh, I gave y'all the secret. From this C to B, in the middle, depending on how your drawbar is set up. If I have my drawbar set up right here with the 2 brown ones out and the 2 white ones out, that means my body shifts over. And of course, I slide over just a little bit so I can play the chords. And now I'm no longer in the middle of the keyboard. Now I'm up here now, voicing chords. So I can't now say I'm playing in the middle of the keyboard because I'm not. Now, if I say I'm playing in the middle of the keyboard, now you see where I'm shifted. My body is literally shifted where my nose is literally right down the middle of the key C. Literally C. So now I'm playing in the middle of the keyboard. Now this part, all right, this part allows me to be able to have more room to play voicings of chords. Up, 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 until I finally eventually run into what I call the wall. If I go back to this precept, B flat precept, and play up, I'm going to run into the wall pretty quickly. And now I have nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. All right, so you may see musicians playing in the middle of the board, and then you may see some switch up their drawbar settings and then start playing up on the organ versus in the middle of the organ. But when you're playing in the middle of the organ, it allows you to be able to move to the left or move to the right, right? If I have my drawbar settings like this is about as far as I'm gonna go on the keyboard. See how muddy that is? That means now I have to do an octave higher. That kind of sucks. Then I got to bring my hand up. before I can come back down here. I won't have to do that if my drawbar settings up like, like this or whatnot, Now I don't have to do that. And boom, I'm right there. And then I'll get this pretty voicing. Oh, okay. Now we're talking about transposing. Well, I just thought I'll just share that idea with some folk out there who might be wondering, like, oh man, how do you make the organ sound pretty? But listen, it was really just all about getting familiar with changing keys and taking chords from one key to the other. It's not that we or us or whoever out there can't play in the key of A or in the key of C or D or F or G or whatnot, or it's just that we just got to get familiar with it. Okay, maybe that probably will be the right way of putting it. We just can't play in B, period. We just can't play in the key of C, period. We can't play in A, period. Right? We literally just can't play in none of the white keys. We can't play none of the white keys that well. So we can fix this problem by taking the chords you're familiar with and transpose down to the white key. Right? And it's transpose. Just taking the same chord and transpose it. I might switch the fingering because of the way the key shape is not allowing me. I want to use the word not allowing me, but I would say the key shape from the way I want to feel comfortable when I'm playing the voicings of chords in my left hand to the right. I want to feel comfortable doing it. I don't want to restrict my fingering to say you just gotta do that. No, because I might play something that might allow me to do some other things, Now, so I don't restrict my fingering on how I'm chording with the left hand or the right. I'm not restricting it because I'm allowing it to be able to say, if I do this, I love you, was I restricted? No. Now, if I probably do something like this feels weird. Love it. Now I feel restricted. I mean, I probably can still pull it off, but that felt whack. Right? It just felt whack doing it, right? A little weird, So take chords you're familiar with and transposing. Alright, all you doing is up, up, diminished move, major move. And then I'm going to my 5. And back to the 1. Now, I learned my scales, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, back to the 1, basically. Right? But I know my scale is C1, D2, E3, F4, G5, A6, and number 7 is B. Right? And then, of course, my continuation of the number system is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, back to the 1. Okay? All right. So once you learn your 7 notes, 7, you could do this in all 12 keys. Now, the way I learned it was sort of the way I showed y'all on how I was learning how to transpose, half step up. I saw where my fingers was. All somebody did was say, hey, Bishop Drapester, just play the C note, D note, E note, F note, G note, A note, and B note. After you finish that, I ain't got to tell you no more after this. Just take that note, that C note, and go half up. Take that D note, half up. I can actually do this without even sitting at the organ and do it. I can go in the living room, in the back room somewhere, and tell y'all exactly without sitting. Hold up. Without even sitting at the organ, I can tell you the next scale up or back. All right, because I can see the note. So if I already know what my C note is, y'all can hear me way over here on the side of the room. If I already know what my C note is, like C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, and I want to do the key of B scale, all I do is half step back. My C becomes now a B, right? My D half step back becomes C sharp. My E half step back goes to D sharp. You see what I'm saying? My F half step back becomes E, right? My G half step back goes to F sharp, and my A half step back goes to G sharp. I want to call it A flat, right? And then my B note half step back goes back to A sharp and not B flat, y'all. So when I come to the organ and sit at the organ or the keyboard or whatever instrument I'm gonna sit at, I clearly see B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and back to B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. It's a no-brainer. I can go right back over there again and do it again, and we can go. Shoot, y'all want me to go that far and say, hey, I can do this in A. All right. I can literally, well, y'all probably say that's gonna be simple, easy, because all I have to do is just remember I was B, half step back is B flat to A. Duh. Right? It's, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Right? It's a no-brainer once you learn what we use that word concept. So once I learned the concept behind the madness that I got my C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, and I want to go half step up, is just half step up, C sharp, D sharp. Y'all want to use the word E flat, but it's technically D sharp. D sharp, because to the right is sharp, sharp, right? Right? Technically E sharp, technically, but it's F natural, but it's also E sharp, and then F is F sharp, right? Technically, right? Okay. G sharp, A sharp, and B sharp. That's what it's technically supposed to be, right? And the flats work the same exact way. So if I have a D flat, or just say this is a C natural, half step back is a what? That's right, C flat. I have a B natural, half step back is B flat, and A natural, half step back to the left, because now we're going left, going to the left versus the right. So I know now, oh, listen, all it took was somebody to tell me this one time, how to do the scale, right, and how you do it half step up. And they were right. Literally right. All right. And the next key, I got it now. Yeah, I got it right off from the gate. That's how I learned it. Now, people might tell you whole step, half step, half step, half step, whole step. Listen, I ain't got time for this whole step, half step. Now, no, I didn't know anything about that at the time, so I was just training myself on how I'm going to get there. All right? Literally how I was going to get there, right? So I just figured, oh, okay, after C sharp, half step up is what? D. D sharp, half step up is E. Y'all get the point? F, half step up is F sharp in the D scale. I got those first three notes. Right? You see what I'm saying? And F sharp, half step up is G. You know what I'm saying? It's a no-brainer after a certain point. Once you already know your last key of the scale that you were in, all right, this is technically what? G sharp, half step up to my next scale is A. Right, you know what I'm saying? D, E, F sharp, G, A. Right? This is B flat, half step up is B. That's in my D scale. Right? D, E, F sharp, right? G, A, B. And I already know I have to count what? 7 notes. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop, I got one more to go. And so, what is it? C. And the C was in the C sharp scale. Half step up. C sharp. Oh. And guess what? I'm back to my 1. Now I know 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I didn't know the numbers at the time. I just had to learn my scale. D, E, F sharp, G, A. Now listen, y'all. You're going to repeat some of the notes you already played from one scale to the other, but it's just going to be in a different order. All right? You're going to learn your scales, those notes. You're going to see those same type of notes just in another key under a different number system. All right? All right. So now that I did that scale in D, I can go up to E flat now. And all I have to do is, here's the little trick I was going to say. So I see the cluster. I see the cluster. And that immediately let me know what my scale was going to be for the next key. And now I got this. And the vice versa, when I go to this C sharp to D, I see the cluster. The cluster gave it away, basically, on where next note I'm going to be playing. Oh, so now when I want to go to E flat, I see the cluster. I see the cluster already, right? Oh, I already see the cluster from the previous key that I was already in. I got you, buddy. Ha finally got you. A little mosquito. All right, so now I got E flat. What? Now I didn't know anything about numbers, y'all. I'm just talking scales now, learning the scale. That's how I learned it. That's how I learned all 12 keys of my scale. Transpose should be fun. Even if you don't know the half step, whole step, and half step, and whole step, whole step, half step, all that. But it's a no-brainer at some point. Now I can go to F and do the same, or E to do the cluster. Every time the cluster is gonna, the cluster is gonna give me from E flat. That's the note from E flat scale. It's gonna give me the what? Exactly. The cluster gives it away. Same thing with F. Now after that, it's just a no-brainer at that. At this point, now I got it all mapped out. You know. Now it's all mapped out. Now at some point I won't use the cluster anymore because it's now after about the first two or at least the three keys that I've already transposed to. Yeah, it just became a no-brainer at this point. And that's what we call transposing. Oop. G scale. Right? And then I can jump over and I can just skip over the black notes and go straight to the next key. See what I'm saying? B. Right? And if you notice, I didn't continue the continuation of the chromatic going up because I realized, oh, this is game on. No big deal. The numbers work the same way because guess what? Everything is from 1 to 7 technically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the scale. C scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the D flat scale. C sharp scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the D scale. 1 E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just repeats. It's just repetitively repeating itself. Of course, I told you about the continuation of the number system. So I got that locked in my head. After 7, of course, is 8, 9, 10. The notes are repeating. Basically. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course, continuation of the number system. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Back to the 1. Okay, 1. And I'm going to end on 7. In the number system continuation from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I get it now. I got the point now. All right. All right, y'all. So that's what it's all about, transposing. And I'll catch y'all in a bit. Peace and love and cornbread. Open the garage.